Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bruin Steel here, and the Boston Celtics beat the Golden State Warriors 120-108 in Game 1 last night of the NBA Finals. And what a fourth quarter comeback by the Boston Celtics. 40 points in the fourth quarter. The Warriors had 16. Looking at this matchup, it wasn't looking good for the Celtics. The Warriors came out flying. Steph Curry was unstoppable. A playoff record with like 5, 7 threes in the first quarter, but it didn't really look good for us. Steph Curry was hitting threes in the first quarter, and it just didn't look good for us. Draymond Green is finding people wide open. They're shooting threes. It just didn't look good. And I gotta give the game ball to probably Jaylen Brown, Horford, Derrick White, man. Derrick White has to get the game ball. Derrick White stepped up last night. Horford, and Jaylen Brown. Jayson Tatum had not really at the best game, 12 points, and it's great to see Horford stepping up. This guy was an absolute beast last night. And then there was Derrick White was hitting threes all night long. And I'm going to talk about that fourth quarter comeback because we were down by a bunch. We just left the Warriors wide open threes. Steph Curry to start the game. Bam, a three-pointer. Thankfully, we got a three right after, but Steph Curry was killing us in the three-pointers. Off of a screen, Steph Curry for three. Oh, again, Steph Curry for three. It's just nonstop with the Steph Curry. And in the fourth quarter, that's when we had the huge comeback. It's great to see this Celtics team. Like I said, the first half wasn't the best. We were kind of close. We were down by a bunch, and we managed to tie up the game at was it 47? Yeah, 47. And this literally, this Warriors team was killing you. Steph Curry was the amount of threes. He made 7 threes out of 14 attempts, and he had 34 points. Andrew Wiggins, he had, looking at the Warriors stats, you got Draymond Green, which was he was pretty quiet. 38 minutes, 2 field goals out of 12 attempts. He was 0-4 and 3. He was 0-3 at the free throw line. Draymond Green missing 2 crucial free throws at the end of the game, and he had 4 points. Andrew Wiggins was 35 minutes on the floor. He was 8-15 in field goals, and he was 2-7 in 3-pointers. He was 2-2 at the free throw line. He had 20 points. And you look at Ludley. You look at Ludley, whoever his name is, the center, 25 minutes, one field goal out of 4. He did not shoot a three. Obviously, centers don't really shoot threes. It's not a surprise. And he was a perfect 2-2 at the free throw line. He had 4 points. And Steph Curry, man, this guy's an unbelievable player. He kept finding wide open shots. There was one play that just he shot, and then Robert Williams III was there, but it's just you can't get Steph Curry wide open. I've seen this man shoot half-court shot during pregame, and he's a freaking monster. Meaning he's an unbelievable basketball player. We couldn't contain Steph Curry. We couldn't contain Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson went 39 minutes right away. He was 6-4 in field goals. He shot 3 out of the 7 3-pointers, and he did not go to the free throw line. He had 15 points. But Steph Curry, man, this just kills you. 38 minutes, 12 field goals attempts. He had a nice floater. He had a nice keeps driving the ball in. He was 12-25. Steph Curry was 7-14 from 3-pointers. Like I said, a historic first quarter performance by Steph Curry. He had 21 points at the end of the first quarter. He was 3-4 at the free throw line, and he had 34 points. That's just him. And looking at pretty much the fourth quarter, I'm going to talk about in a minute. Talking about the Boston Celtics, obviously Jayson Tatum didn't have the best game, and he had to rely on Horford to carry him. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Derrick White. I gotta give the game ball to Derrick White. Derrick White was absolute a beast. It was just great to see Derrick White. Derrick White, man, 32 minutes. He was 6-11 in field goals. He shot 5 threes. just insane. 5 out of 8 attempts from 3 pointers, and he was a perfect 4 and 4 at the free throw line, and he had 21 points. Derrick White, I love you, man. Stepping up, all the games, and I said this before, all the games I've seen Derrick White not play well, like he only has like 2 points, 0 points, or whatever. This is the game right here, 21 points. Peyton Pritchard, he was 16 minutes, 3 and 4 in field goals, 2 and 3 from the 3 point line, and he had 8 points. He had an amazing, he shot a couple 3 pointers. Jaylen Brown didn't, like I said, Jayson Tatum didn't play the best game. He had 12 points. He was 42 minutes on the floor. He was 3 and 17 in field goals. He only shot 1 3. He was 5 and 7 attempts at the free throw line. And he just 12 points. And you got Al Horford, man. Al Horford, man, was just an unbelievable performance by him in his first ever final, game 1, 33 minutes. He was 9 and 12 in field goals. He shot 6 threes. I'm going to talk about the fourth quarter comeback here because Al Horford was killing it when we come back. It was 100-103, and the Celtics had a 17-0 run, starting off with, I believe it was Jaylen Brown who shot the tie. It was Derrick White with an insane shot. You're looking at both camera angles, and you're like, how the hell did Derrick White make that? And he made an insane shot over, I believe it was Steph Curry, but ties the game at 103. This is when the Celtics pretty much streaks. 17-0 run starts. Al Horford shoots a 3 to take a 3-2 lead. The Warriors call a timeout, and once again, Al Horford with a midway shot. I believe Al Horford shot 2 3-pointers in a row, and then the mid-court shot. And then Marcus Smart with a 3. We're up by a bunch. Al Horford, man, 6 threes out of the 8. He was 2 and 3 at the free throw line. He had 26 points. I give my condolence. I gotta give my hats off to Al Horford for stepping up. Derrick White as well. Robert Williams III, pretty much. We were down by 82-92. Jaylen Brown shot a 3, 85-92. Robert Williams had a nice lob. Alley-oop from Jaylen Brown, 87-92. That's when the Warriors had to take a timeout. But Robert Williams III, 24 minutes on the floor. He was 4 and 4 in the field goals. He didn't shoot a 3, obviously, and he didn't go to the free throw line. He had 8 points. Marcus Smart, he was 30 minutes on the floor, 7 out of the 11 field goals. He shot 4 3-pointers out of the 7, and he didn't go to the free throw line, to my surprise, and he had 18 points. Marcus Smart had some nice plays. That's just him. And looking at Jaylen Brown's unbelievable. He had so many drive plays, just going through defenders, man, and making layups. He was 38 minutes on the floor. He was 10 and 23 in field goals. He shot 2 3-pointers. One of them was during the 17.0 run. He was 2 and 8 in the 3-pointers, and he was the perfect 2 and 2 at the free throw line. He was 24 points. And then basically Grant Williams was quiet with 0 points. And at this point, Adoka basically puts in his bench players, pretty much. Daniel Tice shot 1 3, and it was in the quarter. He was only 3-pointer. 1 3-pointer from Daniel Tice, which was the top of the key. And pretty much that's the game. It was an unbelievable game, it didn't look good. Steph Curry was killing this team in the first quarter. Klay Thompson shooting 3s, screen after screen. And Steph Curry just feeling it, man. But after the fourth quarter, we had a comeback. It was an unbelievable comeback. And that's just what makes my Celtics team, and all of this, what makes this team so dangerous is that if Jayson Tatum plays bad, you get Jaylen Brown, Derrick White, and then you get Al Horford all backing off Jayson Tatum and carrying the team. And, look, if we were to lose this game, who knows what would have happened. And, the Warriors are an unbelievable team, and it's huge. Excuse me. It was huge that we were able to pull this off and pull a comeback. And, you know, people were saying, "Oh, the Warriors. This is an easy road for the Warriors because they have playoff experience, but the Celtics don't. They got young players, but if we can't afford. Game two is, I believe, like maybe like yeah, game two. The surprisingly the NBA Finals literally got like the resting days is really crazy. Um, but game two is in San Francisco again, Sunday night. Unfortunately, I won't be watching the game because I'll be working. Excuse me. So, um, but it's just so many. It just that fourth quarter. Looking at it, 40 points for the Boston Celtics in the fourth quarter. The Warriors only scored 16. If you see that, the Warriors can't do that, and that's the thing is this was the Warriors. This was the Golden State Warriors' first postseason loss at home. So in the playoff, the Warriors have never lost at home until this Boston Celtics. My Boston Celtics team came up with the win, 120-108, and this is the first time since the Nets series we have taken a 1-0 series lead because we were down 1-0 against the Bucks, and we were 1-0 series down against the Heat. But looking at the team stats, we were 43 and 85, 50.6% from field goals. The Warriors were 39 and 88. They were 44.3% from the field goals. The three-pointers, first combined, like I think it was like 32 three-pointers combined in NBA history or something. We were 21 out of 41 attempts. We were 51.2% from the three-pointer. They were 19 and 45. They were 42.2%. The free throws, they were 11 and 15. The Warriors were 73.3% from the free throw line. We were 13 and 16, 81.3% from the free throw line. And Draymond Green, when the Celtics were on that 70.0 run, we didn't really. Draymond Green got fouled and he missed two crucial free throws. Excuse me. Sorry. But and then looking at the total rebounds, we each had 30. Both teams had 39 rebounds. And look, the rebound situation is like there was one play that we couldn't get the rebound, and Draymond Green pretty much rebounded and just put it back up. But they had 12 offensive rebounds. We had 7. We had 33 assists. The ball movement was unbelievable in this game. 33 assists for my Boston Celtics and 24 for the Warriors. Um, each team had 6 blocked shots. We blocked one of Steph Curry's magical threes. They had 8 steals. We had 7. The amount of turnovers, man. They had 14. We had 12. And look, points in the paint. It looked like we were struggling, but we had 34 points in the paint. They had 26. Okay, something I've been telling you guys. We've been struggling in the points in the paint. And, the personal fouls, they had 16 and we had 13. Um, Steph Curry was in foul trouble a couple times in the game. I think he had like 4 in the game. Draymond Green, I know he had like 4. People complaining how Draymond Green's dirty. But that's just that. But anyways, the Celtics get the win, 120-108. It was an unbelievable game. Um, Derrick White, man, this is one of the games Derrick White stepped up really hard. It's just Derrick. I have to give the game ball to Derrick White and Al Horford. Derrick White be shooting the impossible 3-pointers, and Al Horford just carrying this team. And this is Al Horford. He made his first ever postseason. He played his first ever playoff game against the Celtics, and now 2022, he is now in the NBA Finals, and he knocks down 26 points. Look, and people are saying that, oh, this was a fluke, and people are saying that Al Horford is trash, and he's just a veteran. Yeah, a veteran that just whooped the Warriors' ass. And people saying that, I've heard comments saying Jayson Tatum is an inconsistent player, and people are making fun of him because he won the Larry Bird MVP and he only scored 20 points. I mean, it's just one game. Look, Jayson Tatum scored 12 points, but watch, he's gonna redeem himself. Usually, that's just how it is in the NBA. If someone just literally like if the NBA, if one player literally plays bad one game, they're gonna redeem themselves. Watch Jason Tatum shut all the haters' mouths up and just hit like 30 points or whatever. But game two is Sunday night, and it'll be huge if we can win. We have a 2-0 series lead if you can win on Sunday night, which is I think it was like in 9 p.m. because usually the time difference. But what a unbelievable performance by the Boston Celtics in the fourth quarter. It didn't look good in the first, second, third. The fourth quarter is what mattered. 40 points in the fourth quarter for my Boston Celtics, 16 points for the Golden State Warriors. You can tell the Warriors pretty much gave up. There's footage of Steph Curry with weird eyes, like what the fuck just happened? And you got Al Horford kissing the crowd. Good night. But anyways, the Boston Celtics beat the Warriors 120-108. And the first time since the Nets series, we have taken a 1-0 series lead. And game two is Sunday night as we look to take a 2-0 series lead. Hope you guys enjoyed this win. This was an unbelievable performance by the Boston Celtics. Al Horford and Derrick White gives a huge shout out, and Derrick Brown. These guys had an unbelievable performance. Derrick White, man, keep hitting those threes, man. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. This is my post-game video for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. My Boston Celtics take Game 1, 120-108, and we take a 1-0 series lead. And we will see what would happen. We will see what will happen Sunday night. And you probably will guess the Warriors are probably going to win because they're not going to go down with a fight. They're not going to probably lose at home. You know, the Warriors, they were dominating, but they collapsed in the fourth quarter. And, you know, you probably would say, like, you know, they're not going to back down. You know, you might have that strange feeling that the Warriors are going to come out flying in game two after what happened in the fourth quarter. They're not going to let this thing happen. And the Boston Celtics, we have to figure out, make adjustments because we can't be getting our asses kicked in the first, second, and third quarter. And we can't really cross our fingers for fourth quarter comebacks every game, you know? We have to find ways to dominate in every quarter. And that's what I have to say. But the Celtics get the job done in Game 1 of the NBA Finals after making it to the final for the first time since 2010. We take a 1-0 series lead. Game 2 is Sunday night in San Francisco for Game 2. And let's see what happens. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. Go Celtics.